Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 49 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Let's go check on our bees. Yep, not a bad spot. Looks like they're still humming along, doing their bee things. Yep, that's doing well. This guy, the Cultivated Diligent, is still doing his thing. My Cultivated here has completely died off, so we'll get a fresh one going. Yep, so far, so good. Definitely want to check over on this side as well. This bee's still alive. Alright, nothing's died off too much yet. Just a couple of them. Gonna need to focus on a few bee-related things eventually, but I do want to finish this episode. What I started last episode, which is my Mistcraft Nexus. At least, kind of finish it. Like, it won't be finished, but the basic gist will be there. So let's travel over to the Nexus and see what we've got. Pretty cool place to land in. Boom. How's it going? Oh yeah, I remember this room. That's right, I was here yesterday. Let's pop downstairs and see what I managed to accomplish before wrapping up the episode. Yep, got some cool stuff here. Got the wool thing ready. And then all I got to do is move this guy up and down. And as soon as he moves up one block, the wool block should expand outward. Let's do that real quick by clicking that button. Ta-da! And then that thing's there ready to go. And then as soon as it gets to the bottom, the wool block should pull backwards a bit. Perfect. Yep, everything's working the way I remember it. So now let's get ready, finishing up what we plan to do down here. I'm obviously going to need some timers and whatnot ready to go so that I can, click a button and have this thing go up, wait a second or two, and then go down, all within one button press. Because that's the basic gist of what I want to be able to do here, is, walk over here, press some kind of button somewhere, maybe on this wall or something, and then have this whole monstrosity lift up. And then I step inside, and it'll automatically go down, and the piston will retract the floor, and then from there, I guess we'll find out what happens. Alright, so let me go figure out exactly what I need to craft, timer and toggle latch and all that stuff wise, and then I'll come back to, do it. Alright guys, I'm just going to spend a little bit of time off camera making all the stone wafers I'm going to need. I'm building up a good surplus of them, and I'm going to get some redstone and start making some circuit stuff. Alright guys, so what I've decided to do is set up another one of these automatic crafting systems. So I'm going to teach it stone wire. I'm also going to teach it the stone cathode. Teach this guy the stone anode, which I think is this. Hey, I was right. Look at that. And then up here we can go ahead and teach it the stone pointer, which I might not have any smooth stone on me at the moment. So let's get ourselves some real quick. I should have some up in my fancy blocks chest. There we go. That ought to do. Cool. So now I've got a pointer and all this other cool stuff. And of course we want our crafting logistics pipes here to, learn all these neat tricks we just taught it. So here we go, importing recipes, 2, 3, and 4. Now the only other component that I haven't taught it just yet is the red doped wafer piece, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Get that guy out of there, ready to go. Should probably fill in a spot up there sometime, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. Alright, up to the ladder we go. And off to figure out how we want to set up something here. What I think I'd like to do, just to make this look extra cool and awesome, because cool and awesome things are cool, I'm going to get some more wood, probably about that much. Oh, that's the ugly wood. No wonder it was separate. Bad ugly wood. And look, I got an achievement, because I was messing with mods earlier. There we go. Alright, let's see if I can remember this one off the top of my head. Gonna need a crafting table. Yeah, I know, I got an achievement for that too. Look at that, fancy. What's this guy all about? Usable in-house, so... I'm looking for a project table, by the way. There it is. Just wood on the sides and smooth stone on top. No, I needed smooth stone. And it's wood on the sides. And the project table's a neat little thing. I don't know if I built any this season. Civilized crafting. That's right, LRM added achievements. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and just stick this guy right in the middle of this room. Why not? Now, the project table is really a neat little device. Let me show you how it works. But first, what I want to do is grab some lapis. Where's my lapis at? Probably in here somewhere. That ought to do. Hooray! And I'm going to get a supplier pipe. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this somewhere. On the ground for now is good. And I'll put my lapis away so I can pick that guy back up. Okay. Get some more stone transport pipes, because I want to go digging around under the ground here. Where's my portal gun? There it is. Just finding my way into this neat little area that I've got. I'm going to place my supplier pipe right on here, and hopefully this works. I've never actually tested this, so I don't know how well this is going to do. So we'll find out pretty soon if this is going to work or not. But supplier pipe goes here, and then we've got some stone transport pipes that we can run along the flooring straight out to here and connect it to my logistics system somewhere. How about maybe right here? And do I hear an Enderman? Probably. Enderman teleporting around out there. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. So, that looks good to me, right? Not connecting to anything I don't want it to. Don't mind me, just want to get over here. Let's get some of the items we're going to want to place in this system. I'm totally going to have to clean up my inventory real quick, so I'll be back in a minute. Ooh, and you know what I should probably do is teach this little system here how to get redstone torches. It knows how to get a stick, remember, but I need to teach a redstone torch. Cool. Import that recipe. So now it should be able to craft this guy without, needing redstone torches and heavy supply. All right, now that I've got that in place, let's test all these out real quick. So I'm going to grab right over here this guy. How's my inventory doing? Meh, not so hot. So let's put you guys away. This stuff in here. That'll be good for now. So let's test one of each of these. Bring up our crafting system. I want one of each. 3, 4. And it should manage to craft all of them just perfectly fine. Next, I want to come over to my project table and tell it to stay supplied with all these components that I need. Let's say about 20 stone wires, and let's see what happens. It should automatically pull all the stuff it needs to pull and craft it up. Where is it? There it is. Hey, look at that. It's all going. Perfect. And all the stone wires heading up there, and I'm hoping that they go into the inventory portion rather than it did. Perfect. Really what I wanted to see right there. Awesome. So now we can keep our project table supplied with about 20 of you. We can go 20 of you. No, not what I wanted. 20 of you, and let's just say about 10 of these guys ought to be good. So all the supply pipes should handle that going forward. Look at that, all kinds of cool stuff flying everywhere, crazy things happening, and all the items landing. Thank you, Mr. Supplier Pipe, you the man. So I'm going to throw the excess in here as well. There we go. Items landing all over the place, liking it. Let's make sure our stone pointers show up. Might not have the smooth stone that I need. So let's just make sure we have a good supply of smooth stone ready. I can handle that no problem by putting fancy blocks in here. And I'll just start cooking up a few stacks of this stuff. You can see I already cooked up a few 4 a minute ago. Yeah, that'll be a good enough number. There we go. So that ought to do the supplying for the pointer. So now we've got a pretty well evenly supplied area. And you know what I might even want to do just to be extra cool about it? Let's do this. Let's grab out of here. Yeah, look at everything flying around. Gotta tell you, logistics pipes is a lot of fun sometimes. No, I wanted this guy. There we go. Let's keep about 10 of you guys on hand. Might not be a bad idea. Now, I didn't teach my system how to make these stone wafers. I might at some point, but for now I'm just going to keep a nice solid supply of them, where they need to be. And a good way to make sure of handling that is to, grab a stack of this stuff and cook it up some more. So, that's your job, Mr. Crafting Table. Induction furnace thingy. Alright, let's try out the project table. Now the cool thing about the project table, and let's put this thing back over here. Hey, there we go, nice. Now I have all the components I need. So let's make ourselves some timers. I calculate that I'm going to need 2 of these guys. So I can put these guys up like this. This guy here, 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 and here, and here. Cool, and it should automatically resupply everything for me. How nice is that? Very nice. The timer, we'll get 1, 2 of them. Cool. And then next up I want some NOT gates. Where's a NOT gate? Around here somewhere. I'll find it. There it is. Alright, cool. So 3 of these and a cathode in the middle, huh? Not bad. Oh yeah, shift clicking will bring them down here. Cool. Cathode in the middle. And 3 of these, 1 of you, and 4 of you. There we go, NOT gate. I'm going to need 2 of them. And then I'm going to need some state cells. That looks cool. So cathode, pointer, and I'm going to need some silicon chips. I'm going to need 2 of them. So why don't I just make myself 2 of those silicon chips like so. Manually make them. Hey, what'd I do wrong there? Oh, it's 3 of these things on the bottom. There we go. And I get 3 of them total. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and make 6. We'll keep a supply. And I'm going to make my state cells the same way you saw me make the other stuff. So, just 1 of you. That guy up there. Now on the sides. That guy goes up there, right? These things are complicated. You there, and these things here. Yep, that looks good. 1, 2, let's go for 3 of them. Perfect. And I'll just leave that as is. So my supply pipe will keep my project table, tons of goodies in there to craft with. And in the project table I can craft as many of the state cells as I want and just quickly change the recipe as needed. And you can see the resupply going on perfectly. Loving it. And like I said, I'll manually keep tabs on my stone wafer supply, and if it ever gets too low, I'll just cook up a few more pieces of smooth stone. Alright, back into the Nexus. Alright, back underground in my Nexus area, I'm going to run some wiring to these 2 guys. Remember, the one on top here moves things down, so let's make that lime. I just picked any cables that I happen to bring down with me in my bag. I had some lime and some purple there. That looks good. Let's figure out how I want to get this stuff off of here. And none of this should interfere with everything moving around because we've got covers up here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, how do I want to get this guy off of here? Yeah, I'll figure this out. Let's see. Maybe just purple here. There we go. And lime can come down here like that. Looks good to me. Cool. So right down here is where I'm going to build my little contraption. And if you guys saw me build the frame device I used for my Thaumcraft room, where I swapped machines, then you should be familiar with this build. It's pretty much the same thing, because Direwolf is nothing if not a creature of habit. Alright, so we'll need a state cell here, and some NOT gates and some timers. That ought to do. Sure, why not? So state cell, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to want to reorient these guys. So let's do this, 1, 2, 3. Followed by a NOT gate here and here, and a timer here and here. And we're going to want this guy to run for about 4 seconds, but I'm going to give it a little bit extra running time. And then this guy will run for 1 second. Okay? And this guy we're going to have to leave it at the 2-second mark. This guy is going to be another 4 second. And let's give it a little extra running time again. And this guy can be the 1 second mark as well. So what should happen is when a redstone signal comes in here, and that's what this red alloy wire is for, by the way, redstone signal coming in, it should activate this guy, which will run for about 4.2 seconds, allowing this thing to run 4 times, which will signal the down conditional. Yeah, I got this backwards, don't I? So I want to swap these cables a little bit. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just need to do this. Hang on 1 sec while I figure this out. Alright, it may not be elegant, but it should work. Alright, so what was I saying? Alright, this guy here will pulse 4 times and head over here and hit this guy to move everything up. And then we'll have a 2-second delay. And then this guy will pulse 4 times, hitting over to this frame, moving everything down. And if everything's wired properly, a redstone pulse right now ought to do this. Let's get a button ready and give it a test. I can test it while I'm down here, no problem, and then wire it upstairs. So let's do it. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second or two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Looks like it worked. Let's try it one more time to make sure. Looks good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Alright, now that everything's working properly down here, I've removed my button, and let's go figure out where we want this wiring to go. Do I want it up here somewhere? Probably like a button over here on the side, right? Because this thing's going to come up right here, so I'm thinking like right here might be a nice spot, so I can just go like whack, and then this thing should rise up. I could have like a platform here that comes up and has a button, but then there'd be exposed wiring, and you know I don't like that stuff. So let me go digging through my bags. I should have some covers, but I might need a few more. Good thing I have my diamond handsaw ready. Make a few more of them. Okay. Back in there you go. I should be done with frames as well for now. Cool. So maybe right here is a good spot. So I hit the button and the thing rises. Give me a minute to think that over. I don't know how much I like that. So my other option then, of course, is to have this button right here, which isn't a terribly bad option. I mean, I could just have the button here and push it and have everything rise up. Maybe even one more back would be a little better. Just trying to figure out exactly how I want this to look. So like I walk up here and be like, oh, push the button. Everything rises up, get in, goes down, and it resets. That might not be bad, but yeah, let's move it back here. I kind of liked it where it was. See, this is Direwolf trying to make things look nice, which you guys know I'm not the best at. But I'm trying. So how am I going to connect all this wiring? I should have some stone jacketed wire in here. Good thing I do. So I can knock this guy off, as well as this guy, and run some wiring like so. So if I connect this wire like this, and just straight down here, then this thing should activate the wire. Yeah, you can't see it, but trust me, it should activate it. Let's do this. Here to here, and then we'll just run some wire out the side. And maybe run it around the corner here just so you guys can see it. Alright, so now if I push the button, the wire's lit up. See that? Cool. And I can use my basalt brick covers to surround this thing. Ta-da! Can't even see the wire. I love it when you can't see the wire. And I should be able to put regular basalt brick right here. Nice. So now, what I should be able to do is hit this and see the light up. Perfect. Just run some red alloy wire around the edges of this room, and we should be pretty much done with this build. Let's give it a try. Well, not done, but kind of done. Done-ish, I would say. Knock these guys off of here. Torch right there and make sure it's nice and lit up. Perfect. Gotta love it. Alright, let's get out of here. We can even cover up the floor because everything should really be mostly done now. At least in terms of that stuff. Alright, so we've got this neat little room we land in. Hey, everything looks normal. There's a button to push. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Platform slides, and I'm down. Awesome. Wish there wasn't a delay. There's one little minor delay of like a second, and I don't love it. So give me a minute to see if I can't fix it off camera, and I'll be back. Alright, I think that works a little better. I adjusted the timing. I made this 1.2 seconds. The reason for that is I think, for whatever reason, the piston extending was jamming up one little pulse, but making it 1.2 seconds gave it time for the piston to extend. So if we watch now, there's no more delay like there was a second ago. I don't know if you guys noticed the delay, but it was there. Trust me. And then this guy's ready to go. And I made this a 0.8 second delay, which is, I think, the minimum I can make for a frame movement. So this guy moving at 0.8 is the minimum. It makes it move down a little bit faster. So let's get out of here, however I can. Should be a way out of this maze that I have. Oh, right. I need to drill up through the hole. There we go. Let's try that again, once more, for the record. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get in, and down it goes. Quickly, too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost like seamless. Boom. Hit the ground. Liking it. Might want to drop this guy down to a 1 second delay rather than 2. I think 1 second's long enough for me to get in. Yeah, it should be. I can always bump it back up if needed. Alright, let's move on. So I'm going to take my Mercurial Eye here, make sure it's in creation mode. There we go. And start creating. Let's get something here that'll look good. So I'm going to be landing right like so. So I want to see that pretty much. Maybe even this. That looks good. And the creation mode shouldn't have had a problem with my wiring. So if I go up here, I should see all my wires. Oh, they did get mashed. All right, I'll fix that. There we go. That is good enough. So you can't really tell, but everything's okay there. So now I should be able to just, you know, I'll land in here and just see this big thing here, and I want to drop straight down. So in order to manage that and make it look all pretty, let's get all our pieces out of here except one, because we don't need more than that. And build this up a little bit along the walls here, and one here, and one here. And that should be good. I like it. Cool. Do I need this frame? One of these two needs to be the connective type, doesn't it? Yeah, for when it's moving. So, I guess it really doesn't matter which one. I'll just cover up this one. There we go. Got to have one frame exposed, but, you know, can't be perfect, can it? All right, let's get out of here. Through here for now. All right, right up here through this thing. Come on. Where the heck am I? Oh, right. I probably made some mess upstairs. Not a big deal. I'm like, why is there basalt brick over me? Oh, knocked off my button. Whoops. I'll fix all this off camera and be right back. All right, guys. So one more time, pushing the button. It should rise up. And it didn't. So I gummed up the works somewhere along the lines. Let's see what I did wrong. Must have jammed something somewhere. I'll be back. Alright, I think I just forgot a piece of redstone. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. In I go. I've only got a second to get in there. And then down we go. Almost smooth. And I'm going to fill this frontwards in, but that's good. Perfect. I like it. So I'll fill that in a second, but for now, let's figure out where we're going to go from here. So what I'm going to do is grab my bag here, and we should probably get our mining laser. Where do you think that thing's at? I would imagine it's in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Let's get this guy. Make sure that we're in horizontal, superheat, scatter, explosive, mining. There we go, mining mode. Perfect. Mining mode, let's shoot downwards, because that's what I want to do. So I decided I want to fall straight down to somewhere cool. Hey, a crystal. Nice. Nice little thumb crystal there. I'm going to make sure it's well lit. And I make sure to have my, you know, red vulcanite amulet here, because I don't want to have a problem. I want to get down to here. Let's say Y28. That seems like a nice distance to fall, doesn't it? So basically what I want to have happen here is be sitting up here, everything's good, and then the platform falls out from under me, and I fall like this. Whoa! And then I hit the ground. So let's see how long of a fall that really is. And I'll transmute myself into some prettier surroundings in a minute. That's not bad. Maybe a little deeper? Yeah, that looks good to me. Alright, so let me transmute all this cool stuff around me, and I'll be back in a minute. Figured I might as well show you guys one of these transmute lines. Ta-da! Everything is basalt, cobblestone, brick stuff. Awesomeness. Looks good, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Now, I'm not going to have torches as I go down. That would be boring. So let's head back to the overworld and figure out what we want to use to get back home. If I dig up straight from here, we should be good, right? Yeah. Awesome. I'll meet you guys back in the overworld. Alright, so what better cool things to make down there to light up my room than black lamps? Ought to be good. I'm just going to need some black lumar, which is a Red Power 2 item. It's the Red Power 2 lamps that we're using now. Black lumar crafted with some ink sacs, some redstone, and glowstone. I hope I have enough ink sacs. They're probably in my miscellaneous junk chest. 6 of them. Yeah. We'll see how that does. But for now, just going to grab a few pieces of redstone and some glowstone, and we should be good to go. So yeah, we should only need about 4 of each really. There we go, and crafting it up, something like this. Should get us 8 black lumars. That'll get us 4 lights. I don't know if that's going to be quite enough, but we'll get started down there and see if we need more. Whatever happens, happens. And whatever didn't happen, didn't happen. Not necessarily in that order, though. So some of this and this, and I needed redstone, didn't I? Darn. Always have some extra redstone on you. You never know when you'll need it. Cool. Black lamps. All light in Minecraft is the same color. So there's no way to get it to actually emit a black colored light or a red colored light. It just kind of is what it is. So we're going to have to deal with that, but it'll still look cool, trust me. So what I need out of my cool little bag here is some redstone torches. I made a few of them by mistake earlier, so might as well put them to use. So let's head down to a spot where we'll find a good amount of light. I'm going to knock this guy out of here, just so I don't have any confusion about the light level at the moment. But that was a pretty good spot, I think. So if I just knock this out here, put a redstone torch like so, and then a black lamp here, that should emit a good amount of light. Yeah, not bad. So that when I'm falling, I'm like, hey, light, cool. And I can put another one here. I don't know exactly how far I want to go, or if I even want to count, but we'll see. Maybe I should count, right? Might not be a bad idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, it's hard to count with bricks. I think it's 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. I find it's kind of easier to count when you're like breaking the block kind of, so you can see where the lines are. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Sticky hees. Hey, what do you know? 4 lights was enough. Let's give it a try. So this is what it's going to look like as I fall. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Neat. Might want it a little deeper, but we'll see eventually. Alright guys, time for another new mod, at least for this season here. I'm going to craft about 6 of the following items. If I just take some glass and surround it on 4 sides with redstone, I get what's called a ruby. Now this is not a Red Power 2 ruby, but this is a ruby from the mod, the laser mod. And rubies can be used for a bunch of cool things. The first thing I'm going to use it for, in particular, is going to be this guy, the drill. So I'm going to need a couple more pieces of iron, but I should have everything else I need. Let's just request 2 more iron here, because I wasn't thinking ahead when I got the iron that I need. There we go. I should be able to grab my sticks. That should be good, and I'll need a button as well. There we go. Cool. So, what was it? Something like this? Hey, there we go. The drill. Awesome item from the laser mod. Next up, I need a crafting table. And I need to use this guy to create a lens bench. It's going to sit on top with some smooth stone like this. And a ruby and some iron in the 4 corners will get me a lens bench. This guy is going to allow me to craft all the different lenses available in the laser mod. And lenses are pretty neat. They're basically different colors of different lasers that have different effects. I'm going to show you one right now, which is one of my personal favorite. I'm going to need some cactus green and maybe 1 piece of lapis. So let's grab some of that, please. And that should get me cyan. And then what else do I want while I'm waiting for that? I don't know, we'll see. So cactus green plus the lapis, that should arrive any second now. Come on, Slowpoke. There it is. There we go, cyan dye. I'm going to need probably 2 diamonds and an ender pearl. Unfortunately, a little expensive, but you know, what I want to do here should hopefully work out for the best. Alright, and that should be good for now. So the first lens I'm going to craft on my lens bench, and I'll show you guys how this whole mod works probably right now. You just place a piece of glass in the middle, and that's the basis for your lens. I'm going to create one white lens like so. So just a piece of glass there will get you your lens. Now with a piece of glass, you can color the lens by putting some dye in there. So if I put cyan dye in, I get a cyan lens. Pretty cool. I could also place a piece of redstone in there, and instead of getting a white lens, I get a white lens with a higher power level +1. So for each piece of redstone, we get another power level, so 2 pieces of redstone is +2, and 3 and 4. Okay, that's the max we could do with redstone. This block up here, don't worry about it for now. It's used for putting a border around your lens. So we've got a border around it, but we're not going to be using the border type of lens right now because we're using the drill. If you use a drill, you don't want a border, but if you weren't to use a drill, if you were to craft a laser like so, you could put a bordered laser on top of this block and you'd be pretty good. But for now, like I said, using the drill, better approach. With glass, you could also have rubies down, and for each ruby that you place in here, you get a +2 power. So if we were to put 4 rubies around the side, we could get as high as +8, which I think is pretty close to the max. And for each diamond you place in there, you get +3 power. So for 2 diamonds, we get a +6 lens. But that's not what I want. I want actually a cyan +6 lens, but I don't want it to be a normal cyan lens. The cyan lens will pull items towards it and the player. So with a power of +6, it's going to pull pretty quickly, but I don't want it to pull. I want it to actually push, and that's why I'm going to put an ender pearl in here, and now I've got an advanced lens. An ender pearl basically modifies the property of your lens and has it do different effects. In the case of the cyan lens, it transforms it from a pull effect to a push effect. So that should be pretty much all I need. Let's go downstairs and start playing around. Alright, we're getting very close to that dangerous 30-minute mark, but I want to get down here to the bottom of this area where I'm going to fall, hooray. Longer falling with the Sword of Zephyr in my hand, obviously. But let's dig down a little bit. Ooh, gold. Sweet. I won't mind. Don't mind if I do. Going to clear out a little area here. Just enough room to start messing around. What I think I want to do is set up a little complicated laser system. I haven't gotten into the laser mod quite as much as I probably would have liked to. Not a big deal. That should be good. I'm leaving resources down there, but I've got a pretty full inventory. Let's see. Can I collect some of these goodies? Cool. Haven't been doing as much with the laser mod as I probably would have liked, but you know how things go as you're doing a crazy Let's Play. I'm going to take my drill and drill into this piece of stone right beneath me. Hopefully I'm in a good spot. We'll find out pretty soon. By drilling into this hole, it turns this block that I'm looking at, this regular old normal stone block, into a laser block. And the top left here is the hole that I drilled into. So if I simply place my cyan lens like so, now I've got a cyan lens laser. Awesome. And I can activate it with a simple redstone torch, which I just put in my bag like a noob. There you are. Ta-da! And that thing should push me upwards. Hooray! Alright, I'm a little too low. So I guess I want to be up a little bit higher. You know what I could do is just make this area deeper. Let me do that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, just filled in around me, and now I'm standing on top of what's my laser, or what's going to be my laser. I'm going to place right here, probably. That looks like a good spot. Right there, maybe, a block. And if I drill into this block and put on the top here a white lens, that's going to emit a white laser. But if I put a piece of glass on what's hopefully the bottom, that maybe be here? Yeah, that ought to be it. Ta-da! I've got one piece of this glass here, or this block. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's dig through for a second, just so I can get out of it and stop bouncing and making you guys probably nauseous. Cool. So now I've got it. Is it 1 block high? That looks pretty good to me. Yeah, not bad at all. Do I want to move that up one more? No, I think that's perfect, actually. Let's get our mercurial eye here. You know what? I can just do it with basalt bricks. I'll be right back once I clean up this a little bit, which I could probably just do on camera. So you can see it does push items up towards you, which is neat. Pretty cool effect there. And I'll just dig down here like this to make it a little easier. Cool. So now this thing should catch me. And if I want, I can clear out this area around here. And maybe, you know, pretty this up. I will, maybe in a bit or in a few minutes or something like that. And yeah, that looks cool. So let's make sure it's light enough so you guys can see what's going on. So what should happen now, hopefully, is that a little bit too low? Yeah, maybe I want this to be like you. That's the way I want it, just like that. Cool. So I got to clean up the walls and everything in here and decide what I'm going to do with this room. But I've fallen, and that's good. So we'll, you know, let's start this whole thing start to finish and see how it works out. So let's get up here, through here, out my little passageway. Good. All right. Pretending there's not a hole here, which I'll just leave for the moment. Push the button, and up comes my little platform thingy. I get inside, and it's going to lower me down. And now I'm just going to fall, whoosh, and land on top of my laser, which is going to catch me and allow me to get out. Cool. And because the laser is at the same height as the blocks around me, I should be able to just walk right across, and it's almost like a block there, but it kind of catches me and does that little bob effect, which I think is neat. So, awesome. I'm happy with it. What do you guys think? Hope you like it, but this is a signing off point. I'm sorry to say, it's about time to wrap up. So, Direwolf20 signing off, episode 49. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll come back next time in episode 50 to hopefully sort of kind of finish this room, what it's going to be. Like I said, it's going to kind of be my nexus point. So down here, what I'm envisioning is landing in this spot and then just clearing out a bunch of terrain directly in front of me, you know, off in this direction, let's say. Where's my thingy? And just open up into a big room that'll be my actual nexus. All right, guys, take it easy.